Hey everyone, and welcome to Isms by Josie. Today I'm going to be doing another Crafter Square character from this kit, doing the dinosaur that I purchased from the Dollar Tree. For my returning subscribers, thank you so much for tuning in, and for my new viewers, please consider subscribing, share, hit that like button, leave a comment below, and click on that notification bell for future videos. So this video is going to be for lefties. I have previously did a video for righties. If you need to see that, I will leave that in the playlist that I'll leave at the end of this video, and you can go check that out where all the other characters are. I am going to continue doing these characters for lefties this time. In this kit, you're going to see that there's the plastic needle, yarn, stuffing, crochet hook, plastic beads, and instruction sheet. Because I've previously done this already, I am going to be using my own yarn. It happens to be the same color, so I do have green and yellow, and I'm going to be using my own stuffing, which is completely different from what the kit has. And then I do not use the plastic beads as they are a choking hazard. So I am going to sew on the eyes with black yarn. You can do the same as well. If not, try to follow the instructions. Read them all so that you know where to put the eyes or when to put the eyes when you follow this instructional video. This will be my second time doing this. Always looking at this right off the bat. It looks intimidating. I do believe though that this was not the hardest instruction, so we'll see how it goes. I think it's going to be fine. Let's try to work this out. So like I said, it comes with the crochet hook. It's, you know, a nice decently made crochet hook, but it's definitely not sturdy. So if you tend to bend needles, I would prefer going out and getting a metal one. This does not specify. Oh yeah, it does. Wow, that's new. I just first noticed this. This is a 3.5 millimeter size hook, gauge hook. So go find. That's so interesting. I've been doing these characters all this time, and I always learn something new every time. And here's the needle that it comes with. We do this so that we can mark off where we last did a stitch on each row. I like to use a different color. If you do not have different color yarns, obviously you'll use like a green or a yellow to be able to see where your marker is. If you have the crochet safety pins, they're like plastic safety pins, and they're easier to use as opposed to this. You can use that as well, but I'm just going to use what they gave me. And again, these are the instructions. It's steps 1 through 6. They all look totally different from what I am used to doing. I do the straight row, and I rarely do rounds unless I'm doing like doilies. But here in this case, they're all circular pieces, and they usually each start with a magic loop. I'll show you how to do that. It's so funny how they give you instructions on how to do a decreasing, increasing stitch, as well as a single crochet and chain stitch. But this part here is what they call a magic loop, and they kind of like show you here how to do it, but they don't mention it at all. So, I mean, I guess you don't have to know, but in universal terminology for crocheting, it's nice to know. Because once you know what you're doing in terminology, I just think it makes it easier, especially when you use a different kit, because there are other brand name kits that do the same magic loop. And they actually show you how to do it. So, but the instructions are pretty decent. I'm trying to show you how to do the magic loop. So, I won't really go step by step with this. I'm going to show you so you can kind of go ahead and read each step and try to follow that, or you can go along with this video. I think for righties I did do step by step, but it does get confusing. So if you're wondering why my yarn is crinkly, it's because I unraveled a previous project that I did. I tend to start projects and never finish it. Click the like button and comment below if that is yourself as well. Okay, so to start this magic loop, we're going to grab some yarn here, and we're going to wrap it 2 times over your finger like this, and then you want some overage on this part of your finger just so you can take your middle one and clamp it down like that. So now we have these 3 pieces like this. I'm going to grab my hook and we're going to stick it underneath each of these 3 like that, and then I'm going to pull it back out, but I'm going to drag this guy under these 2. So like I said, drag that last piece under these 2 pieces. And now we have this situation here. We have to close off and secure this magic loop. So then I would yarn over and pull that through that loop. And then you closed it out. You see how there's this little tiny thread that's floating in the wind there? I like to be neat. So clean it up. Let's remove this off the hook. And you can put it back in the loop. Now that you've secured your magic loop, you can remove it off your finger. And then we can move on to the next steps, which is doing single crochet stitches. So I'll show you how to do that. Go ahead and grab some yarn on your finger. Okay, so on each ring, it's going to tell you, or loop or whatever, round, it's going to tell you how many stitches you need. So for this crochet head, we're going to need 6. This crocheted body, we're going to need 6. Crocheted tail, we're going to use 6. Crochet legs, we're going to use 8. Crochet hand, we're going to do 6. And crochet spots, we're going to do 6. So it's usually 6. Sometimes it's 4. That one step showed 8. So, you know, just pay attention to what it's telling you. So in this case, this instruction tells you how to do 6. Okay, so let's do this. So we have our magic loop. So before we start each round, we need to chain 1 for the height of the round, and then we can start doing our single crochet stitches. How you do that is very simple. Stick your hook into the magic loop. We're going to yarn over, pull that through the magic loop. So now we have 2 loops. Going to yarn over again and pull that through 2 loops, and we have our first single crochet stitch. It's this guy here. You see how we went into that magic loop twice, and then here's the stitch, the single crochet stitch. Okay, let's do this one more time. Stick your hook into the magic loop, yarn over, pull up a loop. We're going to yarn over and pull through 2 loops. So now we have 2. You're going to do this 4 more times. So into the magic loop, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Into the magic loop, yarn over, pull up a loop, into yarn over, and then pull through 2 loops. And we're going to do 2 more. 1, 2. Okay. So now that we have 6 stitches on here, we have to close the magic loop. So this is what this end piece ends up doing. You can go ahead and just pull this all the way out, hope for the best that these 2 will close in on itself, but in reality that doesn't happen. So I'm going to show you a way to make sure that these 2 loops here close super tight so that there's no longer a hole. That's the whole point of the magic loop. You have a big hole when you start, and then when you're done with it, you have no hole. Okay, so I'm going to pull this end piece very slowly, and I'm going to watch to see which loop goes in first, the front loop or the back loop. So pulling it slowly, it looks like the back loop is pulling, if you can see that. So now that we identified which loop goes in first, this one is the last one that's going to go in, and it's going to be a difficult one to pull if you just were to pull this on its own. So what we're going to do, you're going to take that back loop, and I'm going to pull this end out from the bottom here where the excess yarn is. We're going to pull this side out until we start seeing this front one start disappearing into the magic loop. So I would lightly pinch the stitches so that you have sturdiness in your magic loop, and then start pulling that end out slowly. It helps if you have some sort of nails. My nails are totally awful. I have to actually redo them, but I'm not gonna do them till I'm done with these characters, because as we saw in the righty videos, my nails get in the way because I do extreme nails. Those are my other videos that I do for my channel in case you want to check it out. Okay, so you see how that front loop is slowly disappearing, and then that's the last bit of it. I pulled it all away to where that front loop is pretty much gone. So now that I did that, I can pull the excess all the way out to have the back loop disappear as well. Hence magic loop. And there you go. All the loops are gone. You have a longer piece here, but we can tuck that in later. So what you want to do now is count back 6 stitches from the hook. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You want to put the hook into the 6th stitch, and then you're going to want to yarn over and pull through the loop. And now we've completed the first round. So like I said, we're going to mark the last stitch we make on every round so that we know where we are in our project. And in the instructions it says to keep doing it for each round so that you can keep track of what number round you are. That can get a little excessive, especially if you're not using the safety pins but using yarn like this one, because look how, you know, these, I'm going to show you. I'm going to put this in the last loop. You're going to want to take the needle and put it through the top stitch there. Try not to pierce the yarn, but yeah, we're going to pull that all the way through. So you see what I'm saying? This is going to be dangling in the wind. If you kept marking each row, you're going to have so many of these flapping around, it's going to get too distracting. What I like to do is do it per row and then remove it, and then I'll replace it onto the next row. I'll show you what I mean later. But that's so that you have one set, you know, one strand of yarn marking each round. Because, you know, once you're over with the other ones, I guess it only gets difficult when you get to sections like this. In this case, it's only, oh, here, round 5 through 9. That's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That's like 4 rounds that you have to remember. And people will forget, like I will forget. Like when I get to this point, I don't want any distractions because I don't want to lose count of how many rows I'm doing. So you could do more than one marker here, but I don't do that. Anyway, so let's continue with this step 1. We're going to crochet the head. This is in the green, obviously. I think when we get to the spots, that's the only time we're going to change colors. So that makes life more a lot easier, because in the previous characters we had to switch colors back and forth and it's really annoying. But yeah, so for the second round we have to do 12 stitches in total. So that means that each of these 6 stitches is going to be an increasing stitch. And on this left side here, it shows you the symbol for increasing stitch, which is basically an X with a down caret. And so that means when you read this tiny microscopic lettering here, For round 2, okay, so let's do this. I don't even know how I lost my train of thought. Okay, so here is the illustration to do the increasing stitch. Basically what it is, instead of doing one stitch, one single crochet stitch in one, I know it sounds so confusing, one stitch, you're going to do 2, and I'll show you what that means. So like I said, for every row we have to chain 1 to get the height of the row, and then what you want to do is go into the next stitch. We're going to do, see how it, like there's 2 of them, it makes a little V. We're going to stick it in both front and back loops. That's what those are called. The front one is the closest one to you, the back loop is the one farthest from you. So stick it in those loops, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. That's actually it, a single crochet stitch. But an increasing stitch is when you stick that needle into that same stitch we just used. We yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, and pull through 2 loops. So you see what I mean by that? For that one stitch, we created 2 more stitches. So we're going to do that for 5 more times, and then I'll show you the next steps. So again, let's take the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. That's a single crochet stitch. Again, for the increasing, stick it into that same stitch you used, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. Now we should have 4 stitches on here, you guys. So then we're going to complete this. We did 2, we're going to do 4 more. So increasing stitch, increasing stitch, increasing stitch, and we're on the last stitch, and we know this because the marker is right here. So I'm going to remove this marker now. Like I said, I don't like to keep it per round. I like to remove it and then just put it onto the next one. So we're going to stick our hook into that last stitch and do an increasing stitch. And then we've completed all the stitch requirements. I'm going to count back 12 and we're going to do a slip stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Stick the hook into that 12th stitch, and we're going to do a slip stitch, yarn over, pull through everything, and we've completed our second round. Okay. And then we're going to mark this off again so that we know where we left off. Okay, and then we can do our 3rd round. So I should have said this in the beginning, you guys, but if this video is moving way too slow for you, there's a gear button on the corner. You can click on that, and then there's playback speeds. You can actually speed up the video as much as it can, and then you can even slow it down if it's too fast for you. Now, if you're a visual person and you don't need to hear me speak or my voice is crackling like crazy, because that happens too, you can always click on the closed caption button, CC, or you can mute the video and just watch me do this. Okay, back to the instructions. So for round 3, we have to do 18 stitches in total. So what they want us to do, you go to round 3 and they have a single crochet stitch, increasing stitch, single crochet stitch, increasing stitch, single crochet stitch, increasing stitch. Looks like every other one is an increasing stitch, and then we should have a total of 18. So I'm gonna go and grab some yarn here, and we're gonna do this. So again, like we do for every round, you want to chain one, and then we're gonna go into the next stitch, and it's going to be a single crochet stitch, and then the next stitch is going to be an increasing stitch, and then the next stitch is a single crochet stitch, and then the next one's going to be an increasing stitch, and we're going to want to alternate that all the way around. And then this is the last stitch, so let's remove the marker, and we're going to do an increasing stitch. So we should have 18. I'm going to count back 18 from the hook, and we're going to do a slip stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Pull through all loops, and then we're going to mark it. And then we're going to move on to round 4. So for round 4, we're going to end up with 22 stitches, and it says 1, 2, 3 single crochet stitches, increasing stitch, 1, 2, 3 single crochet stitches, increasing stitch, 1, 2, 3 single crochet stitches, increasing stitch. It looks like after we do every 3 single crochet stitches, we do an increasing stitch, and then at the end it's 2 single crochet stitches. So let's gather some yarn again. So we're going to chain 1 like we always do, and then we have to do the 3 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to do an increasing stitch. 1, 2. Then we're going to do 3 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to do an increasing stitch. 1, 2. Then we're going to do 3 increasing stitches. 1, 2, 3. Then we're going to do an increasing stitch. 1, 2. Then we're going to do 3 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3, and then we're going to do an increasing stitch, 1, 2, and then last 2 single crochet stitches, 1, and then remove the marker, 2. So now that we've completed that, we're going to count back 22 and do a slip stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. And do a slip stitch. Then we're going to mark the last stitch we made. So you see how it's now starting to look like a basket? It's going to want to curve into you. You see how you can identify each round? It's nice and clean. Let's flip it on the other side. You see how you cannot easily define the rows like you could with this side? And of course you've got this wonderful little piece sticking out. So this is considered the wrong side, this is considered the right side. What you want to do now is tuck that piece in, and we're going to flip it inside out. You want to make sure that if it's going to curve in on you, that it curves in on the wrong side, not the pretty side, so that the finished product can have a nice pretty finish on it. Okay, so now I think I twisted myself here. We can start with the 5th row. So like I said, I'm going to try to breeze through this. You should as well. 5 through 9 rows. We got to do 4 rows of 22 single crochet stitches each. So again, you can always slow down the video or speed it up. You can pause it. You know, again, you can always lower the volume, what have you, whatever you want to do. But I'm going to get through these 22 stitches, not lose count of my rows, and then we'll move on to the 10th row. But again, we're always going to chain 1 to get the height of the row, and then we're going to do 22 single crochet stitches. Last stitch, remove the marker, and I'm actually near the end of my green, but I have more. I'm just gonna attach it off camera, but I just want to do this last stitch. I can't even get it nice and taut, but yeah, this works now. Last stitch. All right, like I said, off camera I'm just gonna tie more to the end of here. And then I'm going to count back 22. We're going to do a slip stitch. Okay, I attached more green. We're going to move on to the 6th. Oh, we're going to mark this off. See? I always end up forgetting to mark. And I'm good, but not that good. So try to get into the habit of marking off your rows, no matter what. Because if you ever mess up, it's going to be easy to backtrack. Okay, so round 6. Let's chain 1, and then we're going to do 22 single crochet stitches. Oh no, I didn't. That's why I didn't mark it. Oh my gosh. Okay. Sorry guys, my mind's not here. All right, count back 22 and do a slip stitch. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 18 19 20 21 22. Stick it in the 22nd stitch. We're going to yarn over and pull a loop. Okay, and then we're going to mark it. It's not that I didn't forget to mark it. I forgot to slip stitch the round. Okay. Let's put the needle through that last stitch we made, pull out one end, and then we're going to do another round. So we're going to do round 6 now. Now we're going to do round 6. Jeez. Okay, so we're going to chain 1 for the height, and then we're going to do 22 single crochet stitches. 1
You gotta be kidding.
In case you can hear some background sound, the hubby is playing Madden and it gets a little intense. I like playing video games that are simulated so that I can feel like I have a sense of control. So it's very rare that I'll be yelling at my game for something that happens. Okay, so last stitch, we're going to pull out that marker, and then we're going to count back 22 and do a slip stitch. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 19 20 21 22. So 22. We're going to pull through all loops, and then we're going to mark off that last stitch. Then we're going to do round 7. Oh shoot. How many rows did I say? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 5 rows. Did I say 4? Anyway, round 7. Chain 1 to get the height. and then 22 single crochet stitches. Oh, my hook is caught in something. See that little one? If that happens to you, just undo it and start over. You like to have it nice and clean. Because, you know, let's say you don't want this project anymore and you want to unravel it. Like I'm doing right now with this other project I did so I can get green yarn. It'll be easy to do. If it's not clean, pulling the stitches out will be a nightmare. And you know, not just to like destroy a project, but let's say you need to go back a few stitches because you missed something. It's always nice to do clean stitching so that unraveling it will be nice and easy. Plus, sometimes depending on how messy it is, it'll show on the surface, and you know, that's not always pleasant. Okay. Last stitch, pull out the marker. And now we're gonna count back 22 stitches and do a slip stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So 22 slip stitch, and then we're going to mark it off, and then we're going to do round 8. It's going to be a big head. So I'm just going to gather up more yarn here. I don't know if I needed that much, but more is better than less. I hate keep going back to grab yarn. Oops. Yeah, this tends to happen a lot. You don't need to copy me. In fact, it's daintier and better if you don't put all this much. Like, no, I knit for myself. Alright, chain 1 for the height. We're going to do 22 single crochet stitches for round 8. Last round, pull out the marker. Last stitch, pull out the marker. I'm going to count back 22 and do a slip stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Do a slip stitch. And then we're going to mark off that last stitch. And then we're going to do round 9. This is the last round for this 22 stitches. Chain 1 and then 22 single crochet stitches. Last stitch, remove the marker. Okay, I'm going to count 22 stitches and do a slip stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Okay, and now I'm going to mark off the round. And we're going to move on to round 10. Okay, so round 10 we have to end up with 24 stitches. And round 10 says 1, 2, 3 single crochet stitches, increasing stitch, 1, 2, 3 single crochet stitches, increasing stitch. How is that even possible? That can't be right. Alright, round 10, we're only increasing by 2. How is it having me increased like more than 2 times? I don't believe you. Alright, this is round 10. 1, 2, 3, increasing stitch. 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 1, 2. Doesn't that not sound right? Well, let's count. Oh no, these instructions are terrible. Okay, so let's count in like reality here. I don't know which way to say it. So follow me. If you have your instructions, because leave a comment below. Maybe I'm missing something. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. Alright, you know something interesting as well? It doesn't even add up to 24. Alright, so we have to end up with 24. You just saw me count this, you guys. This is not me. This is definitely the instructions. But we didn't even get to 24. It is as if it did round 4 and repeat itself. 1, 2, 3 increasing stitch. See, it's the same as round 4. This is why this company, all they have to do is just have someone that works for them sit down and follow this. Not the person who wrote this, someone else. This is what we did in like 5th grade. Like, you write your instructions, you give it to someone else that has no idea what they're doing, and then you have them try to recreate what it is you're telling them to do. And the moment they find a problem, we were supposed to drop the project, you didn't write this right, we can't do it. And clearly round 10 in the instructions is a basic copy of round 4, and it adds up to 22 when in here it says increase by 2 because there's 24 stitches. So what we're gonna do, let's see what 11 says. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. Wow. 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 Yeah, they messed up on this, you guys. I can completely understand why you, like, it's... So we gotta increase by 2. If round says at the end of the day you have to have 24 stitches, you increase by 2. So let's do that. Yeah, it's so funny. I don't even remember what I did for the righty video, but I hope that I spazzed out as well. I definitely for sure spazzed out more in this video than I did because I actually had a coffee and it's earlier in the day. I usually film at night, but I'm just trying to pass some time here. Alright, so let's just try something out. We know we have to increase twice. So follow me, you guys. As long as you can get 24 stitches in the end, you can really just increase twice wherever you want. Alright, so chain 1 to get the height like we normally do. Let's make this first stitch an increasing stitch. 1, 2. Alright. So halfway there. So when we get to 12, we'll do another one. So we have 2 so far in our increasing stitch. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then let's do another increasing stitch, and then the rest of the way do a single crochet stitch. How's about that? I think the mouse instructions were the toughest because it was both wrong and it had some funky stuff happening, attaching feet and everything. But this one had one major problem already. Alright, last stitch, remove the marker. Okay, then we're going to count back 24 and we're going to do a slip stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. And then we're going to do a slip. We're going to mark it off. Now it sucks because then we know we're going down to 18 for the next round, and I have to figure out where we're gonna minus the 6 stitches. So decreasing stitches. In here it's an X with an up caret. So the increasing was the down caret, the decreasing is with up caret. Now, ironically enough, for that round 10, it looks like there's up carets here. And it has it after every 3 stitches. So I'm wondering if we follow the same one. Let's just do the same. Also, let's see. 1, 2, 3. It's not gonna, I hate these things. Alright, so let's just do every 3 and then we'll keep track of the count and then we'll see what we have to do at the end, because honestly, I don't know. So this is gonna be for round 11 and 12. We need 18 stitches at the end of the day. So let's figure it out together. Chain 1 for the height, and then let's do 3 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3, and let's do a decreasing stitch. So to do that, basically what it is we're going to use 2 stitches to make 1. So when we did the increasing stitch, we used 1 stitch to make 2. Now we have to make 2 stitches into 1. And how we do that is stick your hook into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, put your hook into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop. Now we have 3 on there, you see? We're going to yarn over and pull through all 3. So we took these 2 and made 1. So now we have 4 stitches. Let's do another 3 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3. So now we have 7 stitches in total. We're going to do another decreasing stitch. So again, into the next stitch, yarn over, pull up a loop, into the next stitch again, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops, and we made 2 stitches into 1. So now we have 8. Let's do another 3 single crochet stitches. This is 9, 10, 11. Alright, let's do a decreasing stitch. This is 12. Let's do another 3. 13, 14, 15. Okay, so now we have 15 stitches. So that leaves us 3 more stitches left because we have to get down to 18. This is where the fun begins. Let's hope that this is right. So if let's try to do 3 single crochets, 3 decreasing stitches. Will it work? 1, 2, 3. Thank the high heavens. So it's not spread out even Steven, but you know what? They really screwed us. So I've had feedback on the first set of videos that I did, you know, bashing how I'm just more confusing than the instructions, and I agree. Like, it doesn't help that the instructions that they give you already are confusing, but again, that was my first round trying to figure it out. This is my second time now, and I'm either re-noticing or getting more passionate in noticing how their instructions are not fair for beginners. So we have 15 already. Let us do 3 single crochet stitches, and that's just gonna be it, and hopefully our head is not gonna look like a major whack dinosaur head. See, it's good to have that marker because then I know how many stitches I have left in the game, so that I can figure out my next move when the instructions are terrible. Okay, so we have 18 stitches now. I'm going to count back 18 and do a slip stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. I mean, I think maybe they were missing a row that shows, you know, where to subtract. All right, we're gonna mark this off, and it looks like round 12 is going to be another 18 stitches, which means straightforward single crochet stitches. We love that. Anytime it's not complicated, because these guys clearly can't even get it right. So, but we are getting a smaller hole, so I'm gonna let you guys know what you should do at this point, because it doesn't indicate when you put the eyes, when you stuff. Alright, let's chain 1 for the height, and let's do 18 single crochet stitches all the way around. Last stitch, remove the marker. Then I'm going to count back 18 and do a slip stitch. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. And then we're going to mark it. Okay, so I believe the next round, round 13, is gonna be 12 inches. I mean, why do I keep saying inches? 12 stitches, and I know that the hole is gonna get smaller. Oh my gosh, I dropped my needle. Got it. All right, the hole's gonna get smaller, which means your life is gonna get harder if it's not hard enough already with the wonderful instructions that they gave us. So in the step 7, which makes no sense, crochet the head of the dinosaur by following step 1, follow the illustration and attach the plastic eyes and stuff with fiber fill before closing. Okay, so there should be an asterisk, so because people are gonna go 1, 2, 3, not 1, 7, but yeah. If you're going to use the plastic beads, go ahead and attach those now. The funny part also, which is why I think it's great to just sew it on and not use the hazardous choking pieces, is that how would you know where you're going to place it in the head if all you have is the head? I mean, you can pick anywhere, but then once you place it on the body, sometimes you feel like, oh man, you know, it doesn't look quite great, and by then it's already stuffed. But do what you will, but take this opportunity now, if you want to use the plastic beads, to go ahead and put that in and put your stuffing in. Because I am going to sew the eyes on myself, I'm just going to go grab some stuffing and just stuff it, and I'm going to worry about the eyes later. Okay, so I just cut a strip of my stuffing. This was supposed to go into like I was gonna make a vest for my cat Dexter, and it just never happened. So, so now I'm just going to use this and just stuff enough. I don't know how much stuffing the kits will provide you. It sounds like it's different every time, because some people have commented that they ran out of stuff. So yeah, I like to have a nice firm. I might just put this whole strip in. That might be a little too much, but yeah, maybe I'll just put the whole thing in. Okay, yeah. Alright, so then I can continue with my rounds, because once the hole gets smaller, it will be plenty difficult to get the stuffing in there. If you have not seen the righty videos, you will notice. And unfortunately for the righties, but that was pretty much the guinea pig video, and now we're doing this for the second time for the lefties. I'm originally a lefty. We get the benefit of learning from my mistakes. And so this video should be cleaner. It's not going to be the best. I'm still making mistakes, but that's the beauty of doing this, you guys. Don't let the instructions scare you away from finishing it. You can always make up your own version over time to make it easier for you. Keep the instructions. You can always switch out the colors. You can go to I know Walmart sells yarn. If not, you can go to a Michael's. If you're lucky enough, there's Hobby Lobby or Joann's, and if not, you can all find that online and get your own yarn. Get it in a different kind. This is acrylic. You can use cotton. You can use wool. I mean, that would be rough, but there's different yarns. There's baby yarns, so it could be super soft and plush. Oh, I love those. And then you can use the tiny microscopic. If you want a little keychain dinosaur, maybe get those microscopic micro thread stuff, and you can get a tiny hook too. Anyway, all right, so let's move on. We got to do round 13, and we have to do 12. We have to end up with 12 stitches. Let's see what they have them saying. Hopefully it's going to be the right number. Let me count this out first. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Great. It looks like every other one. So single crochet stitch, decreasing stitch, single crochet stitch, decreasing stitch. Okay. Let's do it. So chain 1 to get the height. Then we're going to be doing a single crochet stitch. Then we're going to be doing a decreasing stitch. Then we're going to do a single crochet stitch. Then we're going to do a decreasing stitch. And then we're going to keep alternating till the end of the round. Single, decrease, single, decrease. Keep alternating. And then we have two stitches left, but it's the decreasing stitch, so I'm already going to remove the marker. Alright, so now I'm going to count back 12 and do a slip stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then we're going to mark off the round. Oh man, I am getting hungry. I think with the time that we have, we can do the body. But in real time, I'm going to pause this and I am going to get some lunch. Alright, last round, 14. We have to do 6 stitch, or end up with 6 stitches. So pretty much every stitch we're going to do a decreasing stitch. So chain 1 for the height, and let's do all decreasing stitches till the end of the round. Remove the marker to the last two stitches. Okay. So then we're going to fasten this off after we do a slip stitch. Count back 6 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh no! Alright, completely lost where it was. So count back 6 stitches and do a slip stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Slip stitch. Now to fasten off, and again, all this, the magic loop, the single crochet stitches on the magic loop, the slip stitch, this one here, 15, is how you fasten off. Doesn't say, it just shows you what to do after you're done with every row. So it says to give 5 inches to spare. Alright, so guesstimate your 5, but again, the kits don't give you all the yarn you can need to do that, so just be careful. I mean, you know, get a backup. Get some green colored yarn. But I counted 5 in, I didn't count, I guesstimated 5. This is probably more like 7. So again, I can be careless with the sizes because I have this whole project here for green yarn, but for you guys, try to do 5 inches because you don't want to waste. That's why, like, you know, for the magic loop, it has you lackadaisical. It says leaving at least 6 inches tail, and it's like, no, you can't afford 6 inch tails. That's why I make you leave this micro amount. Imagine you did 6. This is insane. You would not have yarn for anything. Alright, you guys, so this is my head. Yay. We're gonna move on to the crocheted body. Let me at least, yeah, I think I'm gonna do lunch. But you'll never know, because after I finish this sentence, we're just gonna move on to the crocheted body, because I will unpause recording. Beauty of filming, you guys. All right, get psyched for the body that we're gonna do next. Okay, so now we're going to do step 2, which is crocheting the body. There's 12 rows. We start off with 6, and again, it's all green until we get to the spots. So let us set your little head piece aside there. And I'm going to show you how to do the magic loop again. So you're going to take some yarn. You're going to put it around your finger twice till you get a little bit of overage left, like this, so that you can take your middle finger and place it down right on it. And now we have our 3 pieces. I'm going to grab the crochet hook and I'm going to put it under each of the 3 pieces. Then I'm going to pull it back out and we're going to drag this piece under these 2. So hook that last piece there and drag it under those 2 pieces, and then to seal the magic loop you want to yarn over and pull that through the loop. And now that the magic loop is sealed, you can remove this off your finger, and then we can begin our single crochet stitches. We're going to do 6 of these. Before we start each round, we make a chain to get the height of the round. And then what we do is put your hook into the magic loop, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. And that's 1 single crochet stitch. Let's do this one more time. Into the magic loop, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops. So now we have 2. We're going to do this 4 more times. And now that we have our 6 stitches, we have to close our magic loop. And to do that, we have to pull this excess yarn here, and we're going to keep an eye on which loop goes in first, the back or the front. So pull the yarn, and it looks like the back one is going first. It may be different for you, but whichever one it is, pull out the end from this side, not this up side, this down side here, or wherever this excess yarn is, that's the side you pull out. So we're going to pull this out and we're going to watch the other loop go in, and you want to keep pulling it until that loop is gone and disappeared, like that. Okay, and now you can pull this excess piece and make that final loop disappear as well. And you have your magic loop closed. So what we're going to do is we're going to count back 6 single crochet stitches, and we're going to do a slip stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yarn over, pull through all loops, and that's your single crochet stitch. We finished the round. Don't forget to mark off the last stitch you made, and that will show you where the round ends and begins in case you lose your spot, and it happens a lot. Okay, I think maybe for this video we'll be able to do the body for part 1, and then part 2 we'll try to finish the rest of the pieces, and if we can assemble it. If not, the assembly will be the part 3. Okay, so for the second round we have to have 12 stitches in the end, so we're going to do an increasing stitch for each stitch. So let's chain 1 to get the height, and then let's do an increasing stitch for each stitch. Oops, slipped out. So To do that, you need to do 2 single crochet stitches in the same stitch all the way around, and we'll make sure that we have 12 later when we count it. Alright, so now I'm going to count back 12 and do a slip stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, and we're going to mark it off. So now for round 3, we're gonna do 18 stitches. So let's find out. Hopefully we don't have any more hiccups in the instructions, but you know, let's not give them too much credit. Sorry, not sorry. All right, round 3, single crochet, increasing crochet, increasing stitch, single crochet, increasing stitch, single crochet, increasing stitch. It seems like every other one we do an increasing stitch, we're going to end with an increasing stitch. Okay, so let's chain 1 for the height. Then we're going to be doing a single crochet stitch, an increasing stitch, single crochet stitch, 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 last stitch, pull out the marker, and this one's going to be an increasing stitch, so now we're going to count 18 stitches and do a slip stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. And then we're going to mark it off. And then we're going to move on to round 4. We have to end up with 20 stitches. So let's see where we're going to be increasing. I'm just going to grab some yarn now. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 single crochet stitches, increasing stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 single crochet stitches, increasing stitch. Okay, so chain 1 for the height, and let's do 8 single crochet stitches. 1, 8. Let's see if I'm putting this in the right hole. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then we're going to do an increasing stitch. 1, 2. Then we're going to do another 8 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then we have our last stitch, remove the marker, and it's going to be an increasing stitch. 1, 2. Then we're going to count back 20 stitches and do a slip stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Do a slip stitch. And then we're going to mark this off. Okay. Let's mark this last stitch. And again, you guys, so it's going to want to curve in on you naturally, and it's the pretty side, the right side. You want to just flip it over and turn it inside out. Tuck in the excess yarn here in here. So now we have all that nice uniform row showing, and the wrong side hidden. So now we're going to move on to rows 5 through 8. So this is 4 rows of 20. That's pretty straightforward. Again, you can click the gear on the corner of the screen and you can speed up or slow down the video. You can mute the video. You can close caption the video. But we're going to get through these 4 rows of 20, and I'm going to try to get through it because you don't really want to stop at this section here, because you can forget where you are and forget how many rows you're doing, and then your crochet body is going to come out looking a little silly. So let us chain 1 for the height, and let's do 20 single crochet stitches. pull out the marker at the last stitch. Then we're going to count back 20 and do a slip stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay. Then we're going to mark this off. And then we're going to move on to round 6. So we're going to chain 1 for the height and do 20 single crochet stitches. Last stitch, remove the marker. We're going to count back 20 and do a slip stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Slip stitch. Then I'm going to mark this off. So now we're going to do round 7, 20 single crochet stitches, chain 1 for the height, and then we're going to do 20 single crochet stitches. Last stitch, pull out the marker. Then we're going to count back 20 and then do a slip stitch. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Okay. I'm going to mark it off. We're going to do our last row for this section here. I'm going to chain 1 and do 20 single crochet stitches. Last stitch, remove the marker. I'm going to count back 20 and do a slip stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Do a slip stitch. And we're going to mark this off. And then we're going to move on to round 9. And we're going to do 18 stitches. So now we are decreasing stitches. Alright, let's see where it wants us to decrease. I'm just going to gather up some yarn here. We only have 4 rows left, you guys, for this body part. And like I said, the video is getting a little long now. My editor doesn't like doing 2-hour videos, so okay, so let's see where it wants us to decrease. Round 9. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 single crochet stitches. 1 decreasing stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 single crochet stitches, and 1 decreasing stitch, and you'll get your 18. Okay. So let's chain 1 for the height, and then let's do 8 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then we're going to do a decreasing stitch, and then we're going to do another 8 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and then we're going to remove the marker and do a decreasing stitch. 1, 2, pull through all 3, and then we're going to count back 18 and do a slip stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. And then we're going to mark it. So before we move on to the next rows, we could try getting away with one more row. We're gonna, no, let's not. Let's start stuffing, because I don't want it to be hard later too, because we're gonna get down to 12. So that's 6 stitches that we're gonna lose. And I don't want it to be hard to stuff that in. So add your stuffing now. I got my headpiece. And I'm gonna, again, I'm using my own stuffing. So it's a little coarser. The stuffing they provide is super soft and squishy. I like it, but you know, I already used it in my other dinosaur. Okay, so let me get some yarn here, and then we'll move on to round 10, which is we're ending up with 12 stitches. We're gonna lose 6, and let's find out where they want us to decrease the stitching. So for round 10, we have single crochet stitch, decreasing stitch, single crochet stitch, decreasing stitch, single crochet stitch, decreasing stitch. Every other stitch is a decreasing stitch, and with decreasing stitch. Okay, so we're going to chain 1 for the height, and then we're going to do a single crochet stitch. Try not to sew or crochet your stuffing like I did. Alright, then decreasing stitch. Then single crochet stitch. Then decreasing stitch. And then alternate it till the end of the round. Last 2 stitches, I'm going to remove the marker since this is going to be a decreasing stitch. And then I'm going to count back 12 and do a slip stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And then I'm going to mark this off. And then we're going to move on to round 11. Where we have to end up with 9 stitches. So let's see where they have us decreasing. 1, 2, single crochet stitches, a decreasing stitch, 1, 2, single crochet stitches, a decreasing stitch. So after 2 single crochet stitches, we're going to do a decreasing stitch and end with that decreasing stitch. So we're going to chain 1 for the height, and then we're going to do 2 single crochet stitches. Then we're going to do a decreasing stitch, then we're going to do 2 single crochet stitches, then we're going to do a decreasing stitch, then we're going to do 2 single crochet stitches, and then this last 2 stitches we're going to do a decreasing stitch, so remove the marker. And then we're going to count back to 9 and do a slip stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're going to mark this off. And then we're going to do our last round, which is 9 stitches. Easy peasy. So 9 single crochet stitches, no special stitching here. We're going to chain 1 for the height and do 9 single crochet stitches. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Last stitch, remove the marker. 9. And then we're going to count back 9 and do a slip stitch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then we're going to fasten this off like we did with the head. So measure back 5 inches. And this one is actually, yeah, maybe this is 5 inches, maybe 6. So we're going to yarn over, pull that all the way through, and then we're going to tighten it up. And see, good thing that we did the stuffing already, because this would have been a nightmare to stuff. But you can always squish it out and even it out, you know. But yeah, so now we have the head and we have the body. This is all I can fit in the first part 1, you guys. So next time we come in, we're going to do the tail, and we're going to see if we have time to do the crochet legs, the hand, the spots, and the assembly. If we cannot fit that in the part 2, then we'll do all the parts and then the assembly in a part 3. But thank you so much, you guys, for watching me on Isms by Josie. Please share, like, and subscribe for future videos. And join me again in part 2, completing this dinosaur with Crafter's Square. I'll see you again next time. Thanks. Bye.